Hello, everyone. I'm Peter Kraft, the president of Evolution Labs and Suite360. And this is a quick overview video of our presentation for 2020 Pathways to Texas CCMR. Suite360 is actually a portfolio of 5 different programs, and we work with K-12 districts and schools around the country. The 5th program is what we call Suite360 Mental Health and Prevention, and it covers mental health, drug awareness, and child trafficking for students. Our background, we actually come from the world of higher ed. We build programs for colleges and universities to help them recruit and retain students. And much of our programming in higher ed revolves around social and emotional learning and mental health support for kids. And one of the most fascinating things we learned working with colleges and universities around the country is that very few students transfer or drop out of college for academic reasons. The bulk of them are doing so for non-academic reasons, oftentimes social and emotional. So our approach has been to try to reach students in the digital world where we know this is where they prefer consuming and engaging in content. Now, the core Suite360 program, we call it Suite360 Student, is a web and mobile program. It's available on any web-enabled device, and students can engage in the program inside or outside the school environment. And of course, that's important given this hybrid and remote learning world we're all living in now. But the core of Suite360 is really our professionally developed lesson library. Over 1,000 lessons covering a wide range of SEL and character ed topics. And you're seeing some sample themes from our library on the screen. All of our content is also aligned with CASEL, the National Framework for Social and Emotional Learning. And I think one of the most amazing things about Suite360 is that all of the content is scaffolded by grade. It spans K-12. And of course, that's important because content needs to be developmentally appropriate for kids. But also, we don't want students going through the same lesson year after year in exactly the same way. Now, there are a few different ways Suite360 gets implemented. Usually at the younger grades, K-2 or 3, the program is instructor-led. This could be a teacher or a counselor taking the class through the lesson, either in school or online remotely. We include with all of our lessons a teacher companion guide, and this is guidance on how to present the material to the class. And then usually when we get to upper elementary, middle school, and high school grade levels, students are logging into Suite360 on a device. It could be one-to-one or one-to-many. It could be in school or at home, and they are completing lessons that are assigned to them throughout the year. And I think really the theme around Suite360 is to better prepare students to handle those non-academic issues. Because for many kids, they frankly just don't have the coping skills developed yet to recognize that it's okay to have a bad day. It doesn't mean they're having a bad life. On the back end of Suite360, there's a robust reporting dashboard for districts and schools that monitors all program activity. There's also a parent version of Suite360. This is designed to better equip parents to be the district and the school's ally and to have smart conversations with their kids. Both the student and parent programs are available in all languages, and there are also read out loud buttons for students and parents. They can just click a button and the lesson gets read out loud. There's also what we call Suite360 Intervention. So whereas Suite360 Student are really preventative lessons designed to get out ahead of the issues, the intervention program is for after an infraction occurs. So this is a separate library of lessons, hundreds of lessons, built around a discipline matrix. And if a student makes a poor choice or commits an infraction, they're getting assigned a lesson related to their infraction. And these lessons can range from 20 minutes to 2 hours or longer. Typically, the length of the lesson correlates to the severity of the infraction or whether or not the student is a repeat offender. And I think one of the neatest parts of the intervention program, at the end of each lesson, there's a making amends section. And here the student is writing a reflection and signing a digital pledge. So this program, Suite360 Intervention, is in use in districts around the country, many in Texas, as a supplement for detention and suspension, and in many cases actually as a replacement for detention and suspension, especially for the younger students, because we all know that suspending a student rarely works. Frankly, it's more often an academic death sentence to suspend a student, or it's the spark to the school to prison pipeline. Next, we have what we call Suite360 Staff. This is really professional development for teachers and, frankly, everyone that has a contact point with students to teach them what social and emotional learning is, how to have smart conversations with students about it, and how to recognize risk behavior. And finally, we have what we call Suite360 Mental Health and Prevention. I'm sure most of you are familiar with some of the dismal and scary statistics about youth mental health issues and mood disorders. The way we approach mental health education for students is also scaffolded by grade K to 12. At the younger grades, K to 5, we're talking about things like identifying and understanding emotions and the connection between thoughts, feelings, and actions. At the upper grades, 6 to 12, we're talking about recognizing signs and symptoms of mental health disorders, prevention, mental health awareness, reducing stigma, awareness of resources, and how to access treatment, strategies to support a peer or a family member, certainly prevention of suicide, and of course, prevention of substance abuse as well. And all of our content, not just in the mental health program, but in our SEL and parent program and staff program as well. All of this content is developed by experts around the country who we bring in to develop lessons that will resonate with kids, families, and school administrators. There's also content on child trafficking. This covers recognizing signs of trafficking, awareness of resources, prevention of abuse of and addiction to alcohol, nicotine, and drugs. There's a direct correlation between drug use and trafficking. Techniques to set healthy boundaries, and information on how social media and mobile devices are used for human trafficking. So in summary, Suite360 is a robust portfolio of programs, and we work with districts and schools around the country. This content is also available in higher ed, and we're excited to share this program with you all at the conference and look forward to speaking with you soon.